Hello, welcome back to Harman Art TV. So in today's video, I'd like to talk about NFT art. What have I learned? Yeah, so in this video, I'll talk about what I've learned from my own journey of learning and creating my own NFT project. Don't forget to stay till the end of this video where I'll share with you my thoughts and tips. Yeah, so firstly, what have I learned from this space? Like anything, learning something new takes time and dedication. You know, I can say this from experience or from creating my own NFT project. It's taken me a long time to learn about NFTs and to learn about this space. You know, I've also had to learn about how the blockchain works. You know, what is a blockchain? Are we living in the future? Yeah, so that in itself has been, you know, quite challenging to understand this technology. How does it all work? You know, what is the blockchain? You know, it's like a series of blocks of data or information that crosses between, you know, computers that are then validated, data that is validated by computers, proving ownership. So it's all very new, and it took me a long time, many hours, just to learn, you know, how this new technology functions. What is its purpose? At first, I thought it'd be easy to set up an NFT. I thought, oh yeah, I'll just do this, you know, take me one night, you know, a couple of hours, and you know, really wasn't the case. It took me a long time to understand how to get things set up. For example, I had to learn how to, you know, set up my own wallet so that I could, you know, create and mint my own NFT artwork project. I also had to learn how to find a platform to use. You know, which one should I use? I think there are so many platforms, and how to use it, and you know, what currency is supported on that platform. On top of that, you know, obviously the most important part for me was, you know, learning how to create an NFT artwork. Thoughts running through my mind were, you know, what should it be? Should it be an image, an animation? Should it come with unlockable content or perks? How many should I create? And should it be part of a series of NFT digital artworks? And then it got me thinking about how to promote the project. Should I use my website, social media, virtual galleries? You know? Yeah, so from all of those points, you know, it really struck me that there was a lot to learn and figure out for myself, not only from learning from other people, but also trying to figure out for myself what is right for me and what's in tune with what I am interested in. So from this experience, I then decided to create my own NFT collection called Create Art, Not War. And it's an ongoing project at the moment, currently listed on OpenSea. So it's an exclusive series of 10 animated images reimagined from my ceramic sculptures, and each sculpture was handmade and no piece is the same. All the images were, uniquely digitally animated by myself. I created this project in response to the war in Ukraine, and for me, I wanted to make a statement about creating art and not war, because I believe as humans, we only get one life and we should make the most out of it. And I thought, how can I use this project to help people affected in terms of the basic principle, which is just life, which is just living in this world. All the other things, okay, maybe has some kind of importance, whether that's political or cultural or whatever, but fundamentally, human life is really important. So I thought, okay, how can I create a project that can help people affected, as well as kind of making a statement around this? So the artworks itself explore an act of escapism and dreaming of new realities. Fundamentally, this world provides us the opportunity to live our potential and to create. Hence, the name, Let's Create Art, Not War. Within the project, each NFT unlocks exclusive NFT art collector content access that can only be gained through the ownership or purchase of the NFT. And 80% of each NFT sale will go to Choose Love, a UK-based non-governmental organisation which provides humanitarian aid and advocacy for refugees around the world, in particular people being displaced by the war going on over there. And so once a purchase is made, I will take a screenshot and post the donation on my social media platforms of evidence of donating the funds to that organisation. So that's a bit about the project, and so you're welcome to check that out in OpenSea, and I'll leave a description in the link. So what are my thoughts? What I can say is that it's been challenging to learn this, but I've enjoyed the process, and I've already learned something new from it, because I always like learning new things. And I see myself doing more of this in the future alongside my original artworks. And it's also given me an idea of how I can use my art to help other people, but also help myself at the same time in sustaining my art practice. As this market is transparent and is currently trending, I do see many people getting in just for the money. Even people I see who I don't think really has an interest in, enthusiasm and interest in art. So a lot of the stuff happening in this space is, some of it, maybe a lot, I don't know, but there is quite a bit that's just money driven. But then again, so is the traditional art market. But then again, this is usually done behind closed doors, where it's a bit more difficult to see and have that transparency. But whereas in this system, it's more transparent. You can see who owns what, who doesn't own what. You can see the transactions. So there's more transparency there. But to say like this only happens in this in this NFT market, that doesn't happen, to say that doesn't happen in the real art market is not entirely true, because obviously you get people coming into buying physical artworks for the exact same reason as they go to NFT to buy NFTs. But it's just shifted because in the NFT market, it's transparent, easier for people to see, and there's also a lot of hype around it at the moment, again making it easier to see. Whereas traditional art market can be behind closed doors, it's a bit more difficult to see. So that part does, make me a bit concerned. I'd like to see more like passion for the art itself, but yeah. So what would be my takeaway? What are my tips that I would give to artists who are also thinking about creating their own NFT project? I think firstly, number one is just do your own research, look into this, find out what are NFTs, how they work, what is the blockchain. Try and dig as much as you can into this to learn about this space, because it really is very new, and it's a very new concept in that it really is a bit of a mind shift from the old way of thinking to a new way of thinking. So it does take time to learn. So that would be my first advice, is just learn as much as you can about this space. My second tip would be to try and figure out what kind of platform you want to use, because there are so many, like OpenSea, and there's others out there. So really do some research into the platform and figure out which one works best, would potentially work best for you. Another thing is then think about the type of wallet you would like to set up, so that you can facilitate transferring NFTs. And there are a lot of kind of wallets out there. The one I personally use is MetaMask, because it's easy to set up and it's automatic and it's linked to OpenSea. Another tip would just be think about the type of project you want to create. Again, going back to the beginning of this video, is it image, animation, etc.? I mean, I decided to create animation to make it more unique, and to have it a bit more visually engaging. And then you can also think about putting on adding exclusive content or perks. I've heard some people, what's his name, that Gary Vaynerchuk, I think he's quite a popular businessman, influencer, created his own series, and he was saying, try and think about creating things that can add value to your NFTs, whether that's unlockable content, or maybe the NFT can be used for a ticket to gain access to some kind of events, and just finding ways to add value to your project. And then finally think about how you're going to promote it. This has been really challenging for me, because it's one thing creating the NFT, it's another thing actually going about promoting it. And what I've learned is to really plan in advance and think about, okay, how am I going to release this NFT, whether it's a single artwork or a series of artworks, and how am I going to promote it? Social media. So I promoted it across social media, my website. I've also put it in a virtual gallery, and just looking at all the ways you can promote it and reach your audience. I personally think myself, maybe it would be better if I had a bigger audience, because maybe the project would be in a better position now than if I had a larger audience, because I realized I had this kind of momentum to begin with, because I was doing this giveaway, and afterwards it kind of fizzled out a bit. But then I still got, 6 NFTs to go to release. So it's just think about how to maintain that interest and get it out to people who really like this kind of stuff and really want to learn more about the projects that you're putting out there. But for me, personally, I'm still excited because it's something I can, I get to learn something about, and I enjoy learning new things. And at the same time, it's like, I see it as an extension of my artwork, like an addition to my artwork. So that's, yeah. And another thing is just, think about the pricing. How much are you going to price your NFT for? And there are people that price them from anywhere to, £200, over £1,000. But I think just find something that you feel is right for you. Personally, I priced mine at the £200 mark because I realised if I went anything above that, it would become more expensive than my original, artworks. And although I think the NFT space is interesting, I still, and I think, yes, the NFT artworks are original artworks in themselves. I'm still kind of unsure as to, should they be more expensive than my original artworks. And so I prefer to have my original artworks priced in more expensive than my NFTs. So that's another thing to consider, but it's different for everyone. If you're just a digital artist, maybe it'd be different for you in terms of how you price your work, because that's your platform of choice. That's how you create your work within the digital space. So maybe that's another thing to think about. But anyway, I'm going to stop. Those are my tips. I'm going to stop ranting on there. Otherwise the video will drag on, and trust me, there really is a lot to learn, and there's not enough time in the video to tell you, explain everything, because it will just turn into you'd be watching this for a whole day, and I'm sure you don't want to do that. You've probably got better things to do. Plus, I don't think you could probably listen to someone talking for 8 hours. I hope that has given you insight into NFT art and what I've learned. And if you have enjoyed this video, you're welcome to give it a good like, a thumbs up, and feel free to share this video to your friends or anyone who might be interested in. Maybe it can also help them. And also you're welcome to check out my Patreon content on the link in the description, and you'll get access to exclusive content, behind the scenes, merchandise, greeting cards, and all that good stuff. So welcome to check it out in the description below. And thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. So take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.